Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Spyro the Dragon again. We're heading to the Beastmaker's world. I feel like one world per video is a pretty good pace for this series. So I went into the comment section of part 1 of this series and asked you guys for some topics to talk about. And I'm now going to address every comment I've gotten so far. It's been like 2 hours, I guess. It's always interesting to me to see how many more views, comments, and likes the first episode, if anything, gets. It's sort of strange. I feel like viewers, just as much as content creators, have that sort of starting excitement where the first episode of something is a big exciting deal, like yes, we're totally gonna play this entire game, and then by the time you're on part 23 it's like only the core is still there.
Nasty Nork is turning our swamp into an electrified junkie. And it used to be so beautiful.
I'm sure it was.
Oh, Spyro, you so snarky. So, let's see what kind of comments we got. The standard edition says, "It's Spyro the Dragon!" Thank you for giving me an excuse to say that. Oh, these freaking boars. Just awful. They're just awful. Alright, who's next? Fight for your life. Oh my god. What kind of username is that? It's frightening. It says, talk about why you stopped doing Let's Plays, in parentheses, Fallout or World Blues. To be honest, I don't even really remember. I know it was mostly burnout. Just too much for too long, then like losing... What's the word for it? I guess burnout is the best phrase. Like, burnout is actually a technical term in like office environments.
Spyro, it's great to see you, but I've got to go.
Okay, Cletus, you take it easy, man. You drive safe. You get home safe. Safety is our #1 priority. It's hard to say that without immediately aping a Russian accent. Anyway, yeah, so it's like burnout is an official term. That sort of describes, you know, the average office employee, you know, you work a 40-hour work week, that's like the typical expectation. And there's an understanding that once you go beyond that, which is 8 hours a day, you start to lose productivity, like proportional to your time. So if you're getting like 100 things done an hour for 8 hours a day, you're not necessarily going to keep up that pace if you work for 10 hours or 12 hours a day, especially not for several days in a row. And so once you're working like 60 hours in a week, you're maybe only getting like 10% more work done, even though you're putting in 50% more time. You can actually burn out really quick depending on what kind of work you're doing or how stressful an environment it is. And then the burnout just sort of has like a compounding effect over time, where if you work 60 hours one week and then you work 60 hours the next week, well, maybe now you're only getting like 90% of the work you would get done in a normal week done, because you're so tired and just burnt out. And that's what it really refers to. And I think I had Let's Play burnout. It just sort of, it can happen. Sometimes you have to force yourself to keep going to achieve your goals, like when you wake up and you're just tired and don't want to get up and go to the gym, but you make yourself get up and go, and then you halfway through your workout you're like, oh, okay, I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I'm not laying in bed asleep right now. This is more productive. This is the right decision. And sometimes any hobby can be that way. I imagine it's sort of like a painter or a writer, just like paint every day, write every day, make yourself do it, because the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And it's really only dedication and practice that's going to make you a master at something. And I wouldn't be so immodest as to call myself a master of Let's Playing, but I would say I'm an expert at this point, which is, I guess, would be one tier beneath master. But that sort of thing only comes with lots and lots of time, and I think that's all the gems. Oh god, I missed... Oh no, it's by the balloonist. Thank goodness. I just about had a conniption fit when I saw $2.99 roll up. But the last one's over by the balloonist. Yeah, so that's why. And I do hope to finish Fallout someday. I'm not in an immediate... yeah, I got it without talking to him. Hell yes. I'm just gonna go in here first. Boss first. We'll go reverse for this world. I do want to finish Fallout someday, Fallout New Vegas, because it's a good game and it deserves to be finished, but right now it's so untimely that I would basically, what I would have to do is make a previously on Fallout New Vegas video that it itself would be like a 30-minute recap of the entire Let's Play up to that point. That would be the only way I'd be willing to continue the series. If one of you guys wants to make that by downloading the YouTube clips and doing it, which is exactly what I would do for that kind of thing, please do so. If someone does that, I will finish the Let's Play. Like, I'll start the next day. But the way it is now, it's like, oh, it's been so long. It's been like a year. So nobody remembers where we were, what the character was like, or what the plan was, or anything. And I would have to find all the documentation and everything. So it's like, I want to do it, but there's a lot of roadblocks in the way right now. And there's other games waiting to be played. And it's just, it's one of those things. Kick him at me. 1, 2, nice. Who's next? Oh, Google's Tiger Hand? Or is it, Tiger's okay in there, Tiger Khan says, time to rescue some dragons. Or how is it I know there were 2 ways I used to say it. One of them was dragon, and the other one, that's sort of like a sing-song. But I had another one too, I forget how it went. Oh yeah, it's the baby dragon. It's a baby dragon. That's how it was. It's time to rescue some dragons. It has to be high pitch, it doesn't work. I think I probably mentioned it in the last Let's Play of this game, but God, I love the sound those guys make. It's so funny. It just sounds like a guy who just got punched in the stomach. Like, ah! It's a very real sound effects. It got some oomph to it. It's so funny to me. Okay, so where is that part you have to glide to? Yeah, it's down here. Oh, I missed the platform. Jeez. How embarrassing. Raymond Smith says, do you not count Black and White 2 as your first game to Let's Play twice? I guess I didn't think of it, but yeah, I guess it would be. I guess it's sort of different because that one I did a totally different playthrough, like a totally different style, where it's like, okay, we're gonna play as good and build a really nice city and make friends, and now we're gonna play as evil and make an army and conquer everyone. And I think there's even some stuff that's totally locked off to you if you're not totally good or totally evil. And so it makes sense to play it twice because it's like a different experience. Whereas with Spyro, it's just, let's do it again. It's that good. Let's do it all again. It's the same thing, but we're going to do it again because we want to. Who's next? Rolling Master 16 says, you could talk about supercapacitors. I don't know what that is, but he goes on to explain. They are high amperage, low voltage batteries, 2.7 volts, 1000 amps. That sounds really dangerous. Isn't it high amperage that can kill you? I'm sure you wouldn't be going and licking these like a 9 volt. You can use 6 of them to start your car, and they'd only weigh a pound, while providing more power than the current SLA that's in your car. Interesting. That's all I know about the topic. Thank you, Rolling Master. Perhaps you can enlighten us in these comments.
This big robot is all charged up to meet you. Attacking the power pole should disrupt its power supply.
Safaphis asks, or says, please talk about your stream. Okay. I had a stream once. It's like a fairy tale now. Majora wants me to come back and do more streaming too, so maybe he'll put a comment here and everyone can thumb it up and say, yay, Majora, we want you guys to stream again. I'd like to as well. That's the kind of thing where you have to have a lot of free time though, and lately it just hasn't been the case. You have to remember, most of the people that you see making content on YouTube, at least making the kind of like caliber of content that I try to make, which is, I mean, I don't want to presume to say it's professional grade, but I try to make it good. I try not to make it just schlock that I throw together, you know? Try to have a plan and try to have good quality in every aspect of it. The kind of people who make that sort of content typically are high school or college students with a ton of free time, or people who are actually doing it professionally and this is their job. So you have to take into account that I'm neither of those. I have a full-time job that often takes up more than its share of my full-time, oh, I didn't hit that, BS. And then in my free time, I make these videos, so I don't always have the time or the resources to do them as much as I'd like to. Ah! He just threw one of the big guys at me. I'm not even sure what you can do with that. I wonder if you can flame him when he's being thrown at you. And you're dead. So the stream, I want it to come back, but it might have to be like a Saturdays only thing, and, you know, on a schedule perhaps. We'll figure something out. I do want to do it some more because it's a lot of fun. I love the experience of chatting back and forth with you guys and really having it become a two-way street, even more than just reading your comments and responding. All these extra gems up here are the enemies that he could throw at you. They just automatically die and become gems if you kill him before he gets a chance to throw them all. Kind of smart. They clearly did some testing on this game. Like if you pick up, is that going to roll all the way up? It's not. Oh, there's more back here. Good. That should be everything. Yeah, 500. They clearly did some good beta testing for this game. I'm gonna scroll up now while we're in this flying bit. So fucking clever. They clearly did some good beta testing because this is the third time I started the sentence. They handle some cool cases that you wouldn't immediately think of, like if someone gets the chest by supercharging, the key just disappears because it's no longer needed. Best level in the game coming up, treetops. And if you kill that boss before he throws all the enemies, the gems are still there. They're not just lost. So it's not, you don't get stuck in that awful situation where you have to kill all the enemies he throws in order to get the gems. Like some games you have to go out of your way to not miss your chance to get 100%, and it's clear they wanted to avoid that kind of scenario where you could miss something and never be able to go back, or do something wrong and make the total number of gems decrease to the point where now you can't get the menu to say 100% anymore. I think the trick is to go left first, right? I seem to recall that. That's probably something I taught myself by watching my previous notes. Yeah, there's the key. That's why you go left first, so you get the key first. And Seth also said, and your progress on the Super Mario 64 world record. My time hasn't improved from 3.5 hours because I haven't been playing it. That was a fun little experience, and I really enjoyed just the taste of speedrunning that gave me. And it gave me an appreciation for what speedrunners do and the kind of time it takes. And it made me realize that it takes so much time I'll never actually be like a professional grade speedrunner unless I quit my job. So, yeah, no more progress on the world record, unfortunately. I gotta say, doing it in twice the time as the best person in the world is still pretty good, considering I'm by no means a professional.
Greetings, Spyro. For an amazing tour of the treetops. Don't just stop at one supercharge.
Safafis also says, Safafis. These names. Safafis also says, what brought you back to YouTube? The joy that I got from making the videos and seeing the responses from you guys. It brought a tear to my eye. I won't lie. When I saw the comments reacting to the first episode back, got it on the first try, where everyone was like, "Poncho, you're live." It's like, oh, it's nice. People appreciate the videos I make. That's a good feeling. Oh, I'm getting a tear now again. Yeah, so it's just an enjoyable experience. I enjoy doing it, and that's what always brings me back to it. And I feel like I have some new things to do now.
That was quite a ride, Spyro. You've learned a lot since you were a young glider.
Yeah, well, you could have found an easier spot to get stuck.
Harumph. He just shows up his hands like, girl, that ain't my problem. Oh, did I get all the gems out here? I think I did. Yeah, so that's why. It's something I greatly enjoy. And then Kenneth Ward asks, talk about how we are going to put together another communist island. And that's a good idea. We discussed that. There's whoa, am I gonna make it? Just barely. Gotcha. I liked the communist island on the pilot server on Minecraft. Minecraft is sort of like Let's Playing for me, where it's like sometimes you get burnt out, but then always feel called back to it, like a year later even, you know. Because there's always more to do. I think, yes, we'll go this way next. And that was a lot of fun. I enjoy collaborative efforts, and I would love for there to be more collaborative efforts among the pilots. I feel like it would have been fun to do a Void Expanse collaboration, and I wanted to. We were going to attempt that. It was an idea at one point, at least, before we realized that you can't actually finish the plot on multiplayer, which is super lame. We didn't know that when we started the series, but you know. The ending is just a text scroll anyway, so you didn't miss much. Okay, now we do the backwards hunt for the chest path. We have to go back and get that thief we missed. But yeah, what I really would like even more would be to do another, shoot, I forget what we called it. The thing where the you pilots played on an island that Majora and I built, and what was the name of that? It was like, it might have been communist. I can't recall now. That's crazy. Yes, over here next. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. You guys collected the different colors of wool, and it was like a little Vex map almost, except not at all super hostile. And I think somebody spent the entire time fishing so people wouldn't die. That's the kind of thing. Where, what have I have done wrong. Oh, I was supposed to go on the whirlwind back there. That's what it was. Where? Oh, I thought it was right here. Maybe it's further down. Yes, there we go. Yeah, so this is the beginning of the level here. And it's like, ah, it's another one of those moments where they loop you back around, you don't even realize. So now we go right. Treetops, so good. Such a good level. Speedrunners come backwards to this thief so they don't have to actually chase him. That's kind of cool. Let's see. So yeah, I would love to do that again. That was a lot of fun. But again, that would take a lot of time. Maybe if we had some pilots that were willing to build and moderate that sort of thing, we could make it like a community-driven effort. That would be really cool. Ah, can I... Jeez, Spyro, you don't have a very good turning radius.
Spyro, if you jump at the end of a supercharge ramp, you can really go far.
I'm all over it.
You can really go far. And then Suffafafis also... 2 comments. You just can't get enough, can you? Where's this thief? I thought he went... He ends up running around somewhere where it's easy to catch up to him eventually. Like, maybe he's up here? Oh god, I'm not gonna make it. Yeah, you have to double supercharge for that. I forget. Oh boy. Okay, now it becomes treetops. Well, I got plenty of time to talk about all the comments I got. So he said, Suffafafis says, Part 4. 10 crazy things you missed in Skyrim. Play as a dragon glitch. That's how I read that. It's like not a glitch where you play as a dragon, but you can play as a dragon glitch. I don't know what that even means. That sounds more fun than playing as a dragon. Raymond Smith says, I believe Douglas Adams said it best. Oh god, I'm not going to be able to look at the quote long enough to read that. But yeah, it's a quote about how... I missed the whirlwind again. The people who are most eager to be in charge of others are often the last person that you would want in charge of other people. It's like the people who are drawn to power often are the ones who are the quickest to abuse it. And it's sort of a philosophy on government that you have to watch out for those people. Trump. No, I'm just kidding. You can't stop the Trump. Alright, where the hell did this thief go? I could have sworn he went down this ramp. He doesn't end up over there, does he? Ah, jeez. Okay, we'll try and keep our supercharge this time. And maybe we'll figure something out here. Don't hit that post. Oh, the supercharges. Okay, yeah, this is how you do the double. Okay. Just had to follow my Spyro instincts. And here's our missing thief. Oh, I thought I'd get him around the corner. Haha, carrying a gem. I'm like a low-grade thief. He hasn't even stolen a dragon egg. But yeah, good quote there. And the word I was looking for was tedious. Thank you, Raymond Smith. This should be the last gem here. Alright. 500 right here at the exit. How serendipitous. Zayboy says, OMG, Spyro, this is the OG shit right here. I totally agree and respect. It's a powerful thing. This is what keeps civilizations turning and keeps peace in order. Even animals use it. Yeah, as soon as I read that comment, I was like, yeah, isn't that how, like, wolves keep the pack in line? It's sort of just eye contact, and I guess respect is in that culture would be gained by beating the shit out of them, and then they respect you from then on. It's just like a combination of fear. And when people have no respect, nothing good comes out of it. Also, you should talk about your thoughts on Fallout 4, and are you going to make a Let's Play of it? I'm sure. I mean, I like Fallout 4, but I'm also disappointed in it. It's like a son that failed the SATs. What a horrible metaphor. I deserve to be eaten by this plant. These enemies are just horrifying, by the way. Yeah, so I was hyped for Fallout 4, and I don't normally let myself, become hype destroyer of worlds, because it never seems to end well. It seems like anytime you get hyped up for something, or it's really just, it's more good marketing that generates hype than it is good products, and that's obviously, that's not what you want. You don't want to get hyped because the marketing is good. You want to get hyped because the product is good. And with how much I enjoyed Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, I knew I was gonna like Fallout 4 about as much as I liked Skyrim, because let's face it, it's Skyrim with guns. Like people said, Oblivion, or Fallout 3 was Oblivion with guns, because Bethesda's fingerprints are all over it. And then I was a little bit unsure about the perks system, the removal of skills, and it just sort of, it felt like Skyrim all over again, which was a very divisive game when it came out among the hardcore community.
Be on the lookout for attack frogs. They are cold-blooded killers.
Attack frogs?
And this used to be such a nice swamp.
Attack frogs. Just horrible. The neighborhood's gone to shit. Yeah, so I can't charge that metal guy and then flame the bull or the boar. How's this gonna work? Okay, we'll make it work. So my thoughts on Fallout 4 are basically the same as my thoughts on Skyrim. It's a fun but shallow game. It's more an action. If you were to call it an action RPG, I think you would need to capitalize action, but to not capitalize RPG, because that's sort of where the emphasis is. There were some things that definitely deserve praise from Fallout 4. One of them is the improved gunplay, which everyone's already been raving about. It's so much better than previous games. That alone makes it for me, because the improved gunplay just changes how you enjoy the game. And the way that they changed VATS to be slow motion rather than pausing it, it makes the whole game more action oriented. And because they really dedicated to that, it works. If they had gone half and half, it would have been not so much. But they pushed for what they wanted it to be, and I think the vision came through, even if it wasn't what people wanted.
Thank you for releasing me.
Which is to say, Fallout 3 Part 2. But really, is that what you wanted? Because if that's what you wanted, just install some mods and go play Fallout 3 again. Whoa, those invincibility frames just saved my life. I don't have sparks anymore. I gotta touch all these gems. Probably gonna die. Might just die for convenience sake, so I can get sparks back. Might die because I'm trying to read a comment. C'est la vie. Charge through that guy for me. Come on, charge through that guy for me. Thank you. Making my life that much easier, Mr. Boar. Ooh, I thought that the metal guy was going to block me from flaming. Just barely got through there. Yeah, so I like Fallout 4. I would give it like a... like an 8 out of 10. It's a good game. It's got a ton of replay value too, but the RPG elements are weaker than people wanted, I think, and weaker than I was hoping for. But the perks system really, it works. It's simple, and it's sort of an elegant solution to, you can customize your character, but it's not so totally empty like Skyrim was.
I'll tell you what to do with those creatures. Smash them, Spyro! Stamp them out and squish them and squash them!
How about charge them and flame them? We are dragons after all.
Yeah, and speaking from a totally unprepared point of view here, I feel like the perks in Skyrim were a little bit more like vanilla and boring than the perks in Fallout, and part of that I think is just from Fallout's character, its personality as a series. So it was they always put in the standard like do 20% more damage with this kind of weapon perks, but there's also the fun ones like ghoulish and the perks that affect like the really unique gameplay elements like the power armor. And it's that kind of stuff is what saves it. I still don't have sparks. Ugh. Look at this. Look, I could post a gif of that on Oddly Satisfying. Oh, I missed one. Oh my. Just charging through all those enemies is so nice. It's like popping bubble wrap. Just uniform, one after the other. And now we gotta find our way back to the area we turned from earlier. Yeah, over here. Because we gotta go fight the Room of Death, which is gonna certainly the hardest room in the game. Even speedrunners acknowledge that. And it's almost certainly going to kill me because I'm going to have, I think, 1 piece of health when I get there. Oh, I hit the box. That's no good. Yeah, so that's how I feel about Fallout. Will I do a Let's Play of it? Maybe eventually. It's a good game. Might happen. But I will say this, I definitely will finish Fallout New Vegas. Ah! Get him! Oh, yeah. I didn't take advantage of my invincibility frames. Oh, now I have to go all the way across the level. Come on. Oh well, that's that. I have full sparks and it'll speed. This rest of this level will be a breeze. Go this way. Oh no, I missed my input. I'll blame that on the 20-year-old controller. Why not? So let's see. What's the next comment here? See if I can platform and read. Hey, if you want to tell us about your job, we have another channel for vlogging. Wink, wink. Yeah, I know. Let's just do one thing at a time here. I'm back in Let's Playing again. Let's hold off on streaming and vlogging until I can keep a Let's Play schedule for a month or two, okay? Don't want to overdo it. Don't want to go in head first and hit our head on the bottom of the pool, you know? Sometimes it's nice to just stick a toe in and see how the temperature is. That last one was from Neurotic Dude, by the way. Philippe304 says, who hasn't played a great game more than once? I certainly have played a great game more than once, as I talked about in the... I just want the chicken. I want to spare the Nork's life. Can't be arsed to kill the same enemies twice. Let's see if I can glide onto this frog. Oh, fuck you! Alright. I better kill these two just in case to make sure... you little fuckers. Yeah, make sure I get the gems from him. Because that one guy killed me, I may not have collected his gem. Here it is, the hardest room in the game. What the... I'm for a good start. There's like a one-frame window that you can get into, or maybe it's not that tight. Damn, those frogs just... and it's such... this used to be such a nice swamp. Alright, one more death and I'm cutting it out. Can't go through this area 4 times. Yes, I feel you, Philippe. Who hasn't played a great game more than once? Now I need to find an opportunity. I should have known while I was dying to scroll the comments so I can read some more. I also like the way the sound effects pile up for those enemies. Not sure if it was intended or not, but it's pretty cool. Scroll up. Oh, we're almost out. I might have to refresh this. Shinji's Lover says, so awesome to see this game again. I haven't played it in years. Yeah, I guess I think Megan and I played through it like 6 months ago or something. It's kind of fun. Firing up the old PlayStation. Having an old console that still works is really cool. I mentioned in Void Expanse how I got an N64 recently. That's a lot of fun. We've been playing through Ocarina of Time. God, they're all back. I have to kill them all because I don't know which ones I've killed already. Damn it. Yeesh. I used to have a strategy for this, but... oh god, now I don't even... damn it! Oh, I hate that room. Alright, we gotta cut it out now. Well, I'll meet you back there. Okay, I think I'm gonna try flaming the frogs instead of charging them. It seems to be a little bit more effective, so you can extend your reach. Alright, frogs are dead. That's that. Well, look at this. What is it that I fail 3 times and then I do it without taking a hit? It's weird how that happens sometimes in video games.
Thanks for releasing me. It seems like I've been trapped in here since I was your age.
No, no.
Why, I remember...
Gotta go.
Oh, Spyro. Teaching us to ignore our elders since 1998. Yes, thanks for your comments, Shinji. Oh, it's nice to see all the familiar... is that everything? I think that's all of them. I should have gone in here first. I gotta go all the way back to the end of the level again. It's nice to see all the old familiar names in the comment section. It's funny how much of that you start to really remember and recognize as a YouTuber with a smaller following. And I like that. Brian Fosho says, OMG, this makes me so happy. Yeah, it makes me happy too. That's why we're playing Spyro. It's a joyful thing, even if Majora and Broken Champion both gave me shit for it when they saw I put it up. You're playing that again? Always fucking nostalgia, man. Take some risks. Alright, I'll play something exciting and new for the next Let's Play then, and everyone will be happy. Edgicus13 says, and so it begins! Again! The hype is real. Now, what have I told you about hype? Oh gosh, Adam Dracula says, trouble with the trolley, eh? Oh no. Oh no. Thankfully that's in Spyro 3, right? Yeah, because I remember that same level has some of the Sergeant Bird sections. I can't believe I remember the name of that guy. I was just going to say the Penguin, but then I remembered his name is Sergeant Bird. Isn't that it? Yeah, and then at one point doesn't he make a joke that his name is James Bird or something like that? Bird. James Bird. Sergeant Bird. Something like that. Captain Bird. I forget exactly. Oh god, this flight level's a mess. Just stuff everywhere. Where's that plane? Oh, I can hear it, and he's behind me. He's in my blind spot. I have you now. Damn it. The force is strong with this one. Well, at least him getting away gives me a chance to quote Star Wars again. This is just bad. This is just bad. I'm gonna charge him just to make him feel bad. Oh, you can't charge. Why can't I charge out of a super glide? Let's try this again. I run out of comments. I may have only died for an excuse to refresh the comments page. Newest first, please. Oh god. Now I'm just reading the comments. Try again. Oh, I gotta click over here. Yes! Try again, please. Thank you. Alright, let's do the oh, balls. Let's just do the boats first. They're probably the hardest anyway. Them and the planes. Yeah, this feels like better than the last attempt. I think I might have to get the boat and then come back around for the arch. And then come back around for the boat. And then come back around for the... Oh, I'm not gonna make it. I gotta take a wide turn here. That's a big time waste. It's gonna change where the boats are too. Okay, at least there's not one underneath it. The worst is when you have to go up for that arch and there's a boat underneath there. There's no way to get both at once. Even looping around, you're gonna have to waste some time. Okay, yeah, that works out. Now we'll follow the chest through and hopefully we'll have time. I'll actually go against the planes. Let's just go ahead and get the planes first, huh? Then we'll fly around and get the chests. Okay, there's a couple chests in this tunnel. I actually have to focus for this level. The rest of the game is just walk in the park. You get the beast makers and it gets real. Even the flight level's a challenge. Ooh. Wish I had a finger cam for... I gotta go back for that chest. Lots of extra time though if you know the order to go in. Nice. Press X to continue. Try again? No. Brittany Moore says, I've been listening to the Spyro soundtrack so many times while studying. Yeah, I found that listening to music while you do stuff is great, but I can't listen to video game soundtracks. They just, for some reason, I don't know. There's something weird about hearing the Outset Island theme while I'm not playing Wind Waker. It throws me off somehow. So I usually listen to other kinds of music. But I can see people would enjoy that. The Outset Island theme is so freaking relaxing. Oh my gosh. The Bonnie's comments. Two things, Punch. you say, can you say, it's a dragon egg? And two, have you noticed Spyro is more slippery in this game than he is in 2 and 3? Yeah, that may have been obvious earlier when I had to do laps around that dragon. His turning radius isn't the best, and his the responsiveness isn't as great as it is in later games. It's actually, I guess that would be one weakness of this game, is that the controls are good but not perfect. Oh, those guys make the same sound effect. I love that. Yeah, controlling Spyro's precise movements is kind of tricky. Excuse me. So most of the time, players and speedrunners all figured out that the best way to change Spyro's direction is not to try and turn around on the ground, but to just jump and then face the direction you want to face. And often it's turning and then charging to give yourself immediate momentum in the direction that you want to be going is the way to do it. I think that's all for this area. Just love it. Well, that's all the comments. Thanks for your contribution, guys. I like this. Maybe we should do comment bonanzas more often. I like it. Just on some video I'll say, oh, the comments for this video will be a bonanza for this episode or whatever, or for a later episode. And then everyone leaves comments and I end up with ridiculous things to respond to. And everyone... how does that sentence end? And everyone had a happy ending? No, that's not what I mean. Not at all. Oh god, I just thought of the worst segue ever. I'm not... Oh, I have to say it now because I've mentioned it. Oh man. I was gonna say, and speaking of happy endings, today was the celebration of the Chinese New Year at my office. I'm sorry. I like to apologize to all my Mandarin and Cantonese viewers. I don't know how to say anything in Chinese, or I would use that phrase now and act like it was an apology.
Watch out, Spyro. The Norks in these parts have discovered the power of electricity, and it really stings.
Maybe I'll just leave a really good tip the next time I get some Chinese food, huh? We'll call it even, okay? Just great. Really should be apologizing to all these Norks. I'm thinking more about that line at the end of the game, where it's like, you know, no sheep were harmed in the making of this game. A few Norks, but no sheep. We just gloss over the Nork abuse in this game. Have the Oscars happened yet? Is that controversy over yet? I don't know. Somebody should boycott Insomniac games because of their lack of representation of orc protagonists, or Nork protagonists, I should say. The fact that they have different sound effects for the different enemies in the level is nice, but it would have been even better if every enemy had a unique sound effect. Although I really shouldn't complain that my favorite one got used more than once.
Good job, Spyro. One day you'll be able to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Jeez, that pose.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
Paint me like one of your French dragons. You know what's funny is everyone quotes that line. I don't remember watching the film and thinking that that line was particularly memorable. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. 1, 2, 3. Little lines of enemies. Oh my! Okay, I thought there was a platform there. There is. I just saw space and thought I would just jump right off the edge, like a la Aaron from Game Grumps' super playthrough of Super Mario 64. That one part on Tall Mountain where he just walks off the edge, and then Dan is like, and he's like, I thought there was a platform there. I just about did that same thing. Ay ay ay. Nothing here. Okay, and we go back up to the top. But yeah, these comment bonanzas. I like this idea. I like this as a concept for future videos. I think we'll do it again sometime. Alright, I think at this level, yeah, we have to go back at the end and get all of those rockets. Got a shot. I think I discussed in the last Let's Play of this game one of the cool design choices that was made, one of the smart design choices that was made in this game, which was, actually I can go into both of those right now. Well, one of them is that the gems sparkle from really far away. So you see the sparkling effect on those gems in that room over there? The sparkle effect for the gem will remain at a great distance, even farther than the textures for the gems. At least on the original console version. I don't know what my system I'm running right now would do, but probably the same thing, honestly. So the idea is, even when things are too far away for you to see them, the developers still wanted you to be able to find distant gems, because they've certainly, like I said, they tested this game, and they recognized that one of the more frustrating gameplay scenarios was the where the hell is that last gem hunt. And so making them visible from a great distance helps alleviate that without putting too much of a strain on the system. So they set the compromise and they say, well, you can't see the polygons, but there's a sparkle effect. It's much easier to render the sparkle effect because it's just a 2D texture effect and not a 3D object like the gem is. So they were able to find a beautiful compromise where you could both find it from far away and it wouldn't tax the game, so they could keep the system running at the rate they wanted it to be for responsive gameplay. Cinematic 30 FPS. You know, I just realized, yeah, I'm actually running at 30 FPS right now, and I'm pretty sure I just rendered part 1 at 60 FPS, so enjoy all those double frames. I guess it'll save me some rendering time for the rest of the series. Should have known that a PlayStation emulator would be, or a PlayStation hacked console would be locked at 30 FPS. That just makes sense. I think we're done with Beast Makers, so we'll head over to the exit and call it a video. That is, I didn't miss one, did I? No. Whoa. Oh my. Yes, that would be all of them. Yeah, we went backwards through this world, so I'll just head over to the balloonist. And the next episode of Let's Play Spyro the Dragon. Oh, you dick. I interrupted my sentence, man. In the next episode of Let's Play Spyro the Dragon again, we will head to the Magic Crafters world, and there's a tiny little whirlwind here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys then. And thanks again for all your comments.